Hi Cancers, it's Trishna. Welcome to your September 2021 Love, Psychic, and Tarot reading. So what I'm feeling for you, Cancer, for September of 2021 is I feel like you are in an interesting place with regards to love, whether you are in a relationship currently or not in a relationship or somewhere in between. I feel like you are very relaxed about love. You're maybe not even really thinking that much about love. I feel like you're kind of going with the flow of love, not really taking a lot of initiative in a relationship or maybe even to pursue a relationship that much. I feel like you're kind of in this place where it's like, if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't, oh well, there'll always be another person. Some of you may feel like, well, if we're all going to die anyways, who really cares? You're in this like very interesting place in love, Cancer. And I don't really know that that is necessarily the best place for you to be, Cancer. I think it's good that you're being pretty relaxed about love, but if you want to have real love in your life, and you do, Cancer, I feel like you really, really do. You may not feel like that in the moment. You may not be of that current mindset right now, but I feel like really what your heart wants, for many of you, like 90% of you, again, keep in mind this is a general reading, so I'm just kind of reading the collective Cancer energy. I do feel like you want love. Whether you are looking for a relationship or already in a relationship, you want to continue that love, or you're somewhere in between, you want to have love. And I think that the approach of just going with the flow and allowing it to come to you and not really taking a lot of initiative can be a really powerful one. But in order for that to be successful, I think you have to address that you do want love. And I think it's a good idea to put your energy in a positive place around love and not make it so neutral before you go neutral, if that makes sense. So, a lot of times when people find love accidentally and ends up being like amazing in their true love, a lot of times that comes after a period of a lot of struggle in relationships. And they end up leaving the struggle, not saying they don't want love, but kind of giving up on the struggle, and also kind of giving up on the longing of love. But not saying they don't want it, it's just they're giving up on the longing of it. So when they leave and become more neutral, their energy is in a state of still wanting it, just not longing it now. And then being neutral. And right now I feel like for you, Cancer, your energy isn't focused on your true desire, which is wanting love. Like you may not agree that you want love because that's just where your energy's at. So if you want to be chill, I suggest that you first think about love for a little bit. Not too much. I think this chill zone is pretty good. And if you start thinking about it too much, you'll get too into it and too engaged, and it can open up feelings of longing. But, just acknowledge in your mind that, yeah, I would love to have a partner. And then just let it go, because then you will set your mind with, yeah, that is what I want. I am open to it. Should it come to me? But I'm going to go chill now. So I think there's just a little tweak that you need to do, Cancer, for where you're at to really serve you. Otherwise, it's not really going to serve you, and you're just kind of going to be in this space for a while. And that goes especially for those Cancers who are not in relationships, because if you are in a relationship, you at least have somebody that you're engaging with. But if you're not in a relationship and you continue this, then you may find a partner, but I don't know that they will ever truly satisfy you or be that long lasting until you set your mindset and your energy right first. And then you're going to call in the right partners. So with that, let's get into the tarot portion. All right, Cancers. So for the tarot portion, the first card we have is the Knight of Swords. My camera is quite blurry, but you can kind of see it. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And I feel like these two cards go pretty much hand in hand. I feel like this is, and actually the Five of Swords too. And interesting, you have a lot of swords here. Okay. So anyways, with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords, what I feel like this is saying is it's pointing back to our intuitive session. I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, you're kind of off looking at little pretty things and not really focusing on your actual love or your intentions for love. Or if you have a relationship, you're not really focusing on them. You're off kind of daydreaming and la la land, going off here and there, doing whatever you want, really not putting a lot of attention in the romantic area of your life or with your partner. And when you do that, you're kind of being very flow, like, meh, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, whatever, there'll be someone else, or like, whatever, I just don't really care. And that's the kind of energy that I'm really getting from these cards. And I feel like with this Five of Swords, what it's trying to say is that it's almost like you feel like if you care less, then you won't be hurt should anything go wrong. And so you're kind of, what is that word? Cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's not actually the saying that I was wanting to say, but like you're kind of hurting yourself to protect yourself from getting hurt from someone else. And it's like, well, either way you get hurt, so why not just put your heart out there, try your best? Why set yourself up to fail so you can feel hurt? You're just choosing for that hurt to come from yourself instead of from the other person. And a lot of times whenever we hurt ourselves in a relationship and think that we're doing it to ourselves so that the other person can't hurt us, we actually still feel hurt by the other person, even though we did it to ourselves. Because in rejecting ourselves, we also tell ourselves that the other person's rejecting us. So we reject ourselves because we think that they're rejecting us, and we think if we just reject ourselves, then they can't reject us, but we already think that they have. So, a mind thing, you know? So yeah, Cancer, that's where I feel like you are currently at. And I also feel like with this Knight of Swords, which I didn't really touch on before, is you're kind of off trying to do other things, trying to fight other battles. Maybe you're going after some kind of cause, but this is all a distraction from actually addressing the area of love or relationships, whether you are in one relationship or not in a relationship, all because you don't want to get hurt. So the guidance that I get for you is the Six of Swords. So with the Six of Swords, I feel like if you go down this path, you're always going to be lonely. Because if you're not going to be engaged in a relationship, who else is going to want to stick around for that? People who want to be in a relationship with you are people who are wanting to fully be in a relationship with you and have it be two-way and reciprocated. And if you're not going to engage too, then eventually they are going to want to leave. So this kind of process is going to keep you being lonely. However, this is a guidance card as well. So what this is trying to say is, another way to look at this is, if you're looking for true love and you haven't really found it, think about the people in your life who have been there for you when you felt lonely. Because those are the people who are not going to leave you at your worst. Those are the people who are not going to want to hurt you. Those are people who are going to want to stick around for the good times and the bad times. And isn't that somebody who would be a really good partner for you? So think about the times when you have felt lonely, when you've been down, who was there for you? And consider maybe a relationship with them if they've ever shown any interest towards you, or just open up that door if you're not very good at reading signs, and just open up the door and see if they ever have or if they ever could. And that might actually set you right on the path that you need to be on with the person that you're supposed to be with. So something to think about here, Cancer. Something to think about here. Don't sell yourself short. Don't worry about other people hurting you and trying to hurt yourself first, because in the end, it just feels the same. So you might as well just trust and go with it, and always know that you can always recover. But I actually feel like you really should explore who has been there for you when you've been lonely, because I think that will be a very interesting key for you. So Cancers, that is what I have to share with you in today's tarot reading. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it guided you and gave you the guidance you were looking for. I hope that it served you in some way. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, I do have live sessions that I do with people. And I also do audio recorded versions as well. And you can check that out in the description box. There'll be a link to my page. And I do offer a variety of different tarot reading kinds of services. Obviously, we do love readings, but we also do like a year ahead reading, where we'll look at the year ahead and all the areas of your life. And that's a good reading if you're starting the new year, or if today you want to know what's happening in the year ahead, or it's especially good if you want to get a reading for your birthday, or if you want to get a reading as a gift for someone else's birthday. So anyways, check that all out in the link below. And if this serves you, or you think it could serve someone else, please share the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, Cancer.